Oh, what it do? Oh, what's up? Kenna? Hey. What's poppin' fam? It's your girl Crystal, aka CurlieCrys. Welcome back to your girl's channel. In today's video, we're going to be getting into what I did to transform my wash and goes. What tips have I implemented to actually get me to a point where I am starting to really like wash and goes? I feel like so many people have a similar experience to the one that I had, and as you guys can see, like my hair is actually looks good, and it's a wash and go, y'all. So clearly there are some things that I have changed in my routine whenever it comes to wash and go and my technique to get results that I actually do like. So I wanted to put it in a whole video just so you guys can have to relate back to. So before we go ahead and get into those tips, I'm going to need for you guys to do one thing if you are new to your girl's channel, and that is to smash that button down below. Smash that button down below. If you're liking me and enjoying the CurlieCrys fam, we would love to have you here. So if you ever experienced a bad wash and go, then we are on the same page, okay? I really did not like wash and goes at all, y'all. Especially about a year ago to a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. I never even did a wash and go on my hair, mainly because the results that I got, I never did like. It was either too crunchy, too small, too hard, not really defined like I wanted it to, and the front of my hair is also just has a whole mind of its own, so the different textures were not mixing. So twist outs were just my comfort zone. I only like to do twist outs, but as of lately, y'all, I've actually been liking wash and goes. This right here is actually a wash and go itself, and you guys can see, like, hello, this looks good, especially to me. I really do like how this looks. So I wanted to come on here and give you guys some tips. I have about 5 tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to transform your wash and go. Tip number 1 is I started to use the LCOG method. Now y'all like, oh my god, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, yeah, okay, a lot of letters, I know. But the LCOG method means the leave-in, cream, oil, and then gel. So it's 4 layers of product. Now the reason why I do 4 layers of products to get my wash and goes right is because the leave-in conditioner is the base of moisture. The cream is the moisture. The oil seals in that moisture, and then the gel is going to do the defining. And I prefer this method so much because my hair is not crunchy when I'm finished, and it's very moisturized. So the number 1 reason why I absolutely hated wash and goes is because my hair would feel dry. The curls may pop, but it was so dry and crunchy. I hated that. It just did not feel healthy to me at all, which is why I prefer twist outs. And it's also sensible to say that with twist outs, you use a cream, which is moisture, and for wash and goes, you typically use a gel, which is for definition. So mixing both of those together is what the LCOG method is. Leave-in, cream, oil, and then the gel. With a twist out, you typically just do LCO. Well, at least that's what I do. You choose LCO or LOC. I do LCO, so leave-in, cream, oil. And with this, you just add that G to the end for your gel, which makes it a wash and go. And that's exactly what I did to get these results right here. And it's also very important that you test your products out beforehand just to make sure that they will not flake once everything dries, because you are layering so many products. So the way you test is just put the same amount of each product on the back of your hand. So you put the leave-in, the cream, the oil, the gel, mix them all together, and if it's smooth, you're good to go. If it flakes up and crumbles up, it's a no-go. It will flake in your hair, okay? So that method plays a major role in the transformation of my wash and goes. And if you want to see which product combination I use for this, then go ahead and check out Friday's video, because that's where I shared all of these product deets. And also, this wash and go is only $3, y'all. $3. So go check out that video.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got it.
Now, the second tip that really helped me is that I started to use custards versus crunchy gels. So custards kind of are a mix between a cream and a gel. It's kind of like a combination of both of those, and you get a custard. So custards kind of give you a little bit more of a moisture component, whereas gels kind of give you a crunchy and not so much moisturized component. Gels such as Wetline and gels such as Eco Styler are created to define but not so much moisturize. So you guys know I do not use Eco Styler or Wetline Extreme on my hair because there's no moisture component, and it's also just like, to me, I just don't like the formulation of those products. It's very just like not, I don't know, it's just not a vibe for me, so I prefer not to use those. But I do use some gels, but I'm very picky with which ones I choose to use. But I know custards for sure really do give me a good wash and go, and so do cream gels. So something that has like that moisture component in it, and if not, then trust and believe I'm layering those products to make sure my cream is implemented, okay? So tip number 3 is I really took the time to understand my curls. So when I first started doing wash and goes, I started to notice the crunch that I hated. The front of my hair has such a weird texture to where like most gels cannot define the front of my hair. So I really had to say, okay, well, why is that the case, and what gels do define the front of my hair? And whenever the front of my hair is not defined, what am I going to do to fix that? So first and foremost, whenever the front of my hair is not defined, like I kind of experienced with this wash and go, I do a side part. Okay, you have to finesse the game. You have to finesse the game, fam, okay? You have to do what looks good for your hair. So since the front of my hair was so frizzy with this wash and go, I did a side part so that you can see all this definition and you're not focused on all the frizz that's underneath here. So I basically finesse so that I'm doing what works for my hair. Like if I show you guys up underneath here, there are so many areas that are just straight up frizzy. Like this. There's no definition whatsoever. And you would never know that unless I show you. But if you just look at it from the face value, it looks like I have a lot of definition, right? But it's actually a lot of frizz that's giving me that volume. So you gotta know how to finesse the game basically, okay? And also I saw how my hair was reacting to leave-in conditioner gel. Cause you know, whenever you see somebody do a wash and go, like when I went natural at least, the steps to do a wash and go was a leave-in conditioner and a gel. There was no cream, no oil, nothing in the inside, like in between those two steps. So that's what I did, and I just saw how dry and just crunchy my hair was, and that's what I absolutely hated. So that's when I said, let me try to put a cream on, since cream is moisture. So I altered my technique based off of what my hair told me. So it's very important to listen to what your hair tells you, and then you get transformed results. So my tip number 4 would be that I started to style and make sure that my hair was soaking wet with water before I applied my products. And that also really did help me because, for one, whenever I apply that leave-in conditioner in the shower, which is an absolute must, that had just transformed my hair in general. So I applied a leave-in conditioner in the shower to lock in that base of moisture, right? And that also helps my hair stay a tad bit more moisturized throughout my styling process. And for twist outs, I don't have to reapply water at all. But for wash and goes, I've started to notice that towards the end, I do have to reapply some warm water just to make sure that my hair absorbs this product, since I'm layering on more products. So applying the water to your hair and making sure it's super wet and very moisturized is key for me to getting a bomb wash and go. If my hair is not wet, I also start to notice that my hair does not accept the product as much and as easily because I am low porosity, so it's kind of hard for my hair to accept all those layers. So it's really important that I'm implementing that warm water to my hair to keep my hair shaft open to accept all that product, all that goodness, okay? And for my warm water, I just simply take this water bottle, I fill it up with hot water, like hot water, because when it comes out of here, it's kind of like warm by then. So that's the way that I apply warm water to my hair versus just regular cool water. Now the last step, the most important step, y'all, number 5. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You have to stretch those curls. And that is really what I feel like transformed my view of wash and goes. I used to do a wash and go and just let however my hair dried, and I would try to fluff it out a little bit, but I couldn't because it was so stiff in the inside. So I would just walk around with the shrunken look, and I hated that. However, when I started to stretch my curls, hello, y'all, when I started to stretch my curls, that's when I started to see the transformation and what it could possibly look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started to see the opportunity that my curls had, okay? And what they could do. And that's really when I started to like wash and goes. So the way that I stretch my hair is you have to do it in sections, and I do it with a blow dryer on medium to hot heat. And I just go in and stretch all throughout, and that transforms the curls. And it also, check this out, it also alleviates a whole lot of that crunch from that wash and go, because I put some oil on my hands and then stretch it out, so that oil mixed with that heat really helps to alleviate a lot of that crunch, and it pretty much leaves you with like bouncy and soft curls. Like, hello, there's absolutely no crunch in my hair whatsoever, y'all. And this is day 3 hair, I think, and my hair is like huge and voluminous and just, I'm loving it, okay? So it's like stretch, stretch, stretch. That is such a big step and a big key to getting the wash and go to look how you want it to look. We don't like that shrunken up look at all, or at least I don't. Just stretching it a little bit really helps me to fall in love with the shape and everything like that. So I really hope this video does help you if you are one who struggles with wash and goes. Hopefully you can figure it out sooner than I did, because it took me about 5 years to figure out what my hair actually needed in terms of a wash and go and what I actually liked. So that in itself was a struggle, but a process, and one that I'm happy that I took, because now I know what my hair needs and likes. So let me know in the comments down below if any of these tips are ones that you have implemented or plans to implement. And if you are a wash and go person, and if so, drop a tip in the comments that you think may help someone as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have not seen the video on this wash and go, watch Friday's video. It'll be tagged below as well. And without further ado, I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and join the family if you are not already part of the family. We would appreciate that. And I'm gonna see you guys in my next video.